Всем привет! Hi everyone, I'm Kira and I'm going to teach you the Russian alphabet. By the end of this video, you'll know the whole alphabet, including alphabetical order and the names of the letters, and you'll begin to be able to sound out Russian words. I even put a little quiz at the end so you can check your knowledge. I have another Russian alphabet video called Russian Alphabet Secrets with Kira, where I take a deep dive into 7 alphabet secrets that not a lot of people know, even if you've been studying Russian for a while. They can really help you unlock your ability to read. I'll be covering 2 of those secrets in this video, including the famous Russian default mouth position, which is the foundation of everything. If you really want to accelerate your ability to read, not only your ability to read, but also your ability to speak, then come find my online video course, Russian Pronunciation with Kira, if you haven't already. I included a ton of hard-to-find information, and it should help you level up your Russian in a short amount of time. Plus, I designed it to be fun, easy, and fast. The Russian alphabet is called Cyrillic. It consists of 33 letters, including 21 consonants, 10 vowels, and 2 signs. The signs don't represent sounds on their own, but they do tell us information about their neighbors. We'll start with the letter names. This line is easiest to take in threes, so repeat after me. A, B, V. G, D, E. Ё, Ж, З. Отлично. Don't worry about memorizing any of this right now. We're just building familiarity. But it is time for me to share secret number 1 with you, which is that if you want to sound Russian, then you need to imagine yourself sounding Russian. You already know what a Russian accent probably sounds like, so use it. It's also time for me to share secret number 2, which is that if you want to sound Russian, you need a Russian mouth shape. I call this the Russian default mouth position. It's called other things in other traditions. Here's how it works. I'm a native speaker of English from the East Coast of the US, so I'll be comparing my native English default mouth position to my Russian default mouth position. But I hope that it will be useful for you even if you have a different native language. So when I shift into my Russian default mouth position, I remember to keep my jaw more closed when I speak Russian. When I speak Russian, I don't open my mouth very far. That's part of the mouth shape. The second thing I do is that I mush the tip of my tongue up against the back of my bottom teeth, like this. Like this. And this also gives the mouth a different shape, and it makes everything sound instantly a little bit more Russian. The last thing is the lips. The lips are rounded and protruded. Rounded and protruded. Now, the mouth leaves this position all the time to make a bunch of different sounds, but it always returns to this position like returning to home base. So let's practice it. When I say jaw, tongue, lips, that's your cue to physically shift into your new Russian default mouth position. All right, let's give it a try. Jaw, close it. Tongue. These are your back of your bottom teeth of your jaw, like this. Mush the tip of your tongue up against the back of your bottom teeth, like this. And round and protrude your lips, like this. Jaw, tongue, lips. Отлично. So this time, when we say the letter names of the first line of the alphabet, we're going to deploy these 2 secrets. We're going to imagine sounding Russian, and we're going to use the default mouth position, jaw, tongue, lips. A, B, V. G, D, E. Ё, Ж, З. Отлично. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at some of these letters. The first thing to notice is that there's a false friend in the mix. A false friend. This is actually not a capital English Latin letter B. It's V. It corresponds to the modern Greek letter Vita, which is this shape. So that's one little memory trick you can use. This is A, B, V. The next letter you see here is like a Greek gamma. The next letter is like a Greek delta. And this letter is very Russian. It sounds like zh. We sometimes transcribe it ZH, but most often it's written in English with with the letter S as in treasure or vision, or like with a G as in genre or garage. Some people pronounce it that way. So let's do this line one more time. Imagine you are Russian, sounding Russian, the Russian sounding version of you, and Джо танк lips. А, Б, В. Г, Д, Е. Ё, Ж, З. Отлично. This next line looks a lot like the English alphabet. We have I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and Russian has I, краткое, К, Л, M, N, O, P. So let's do this again. Repeat after me. Джо. Imagine sounding Russian. Джо танк lips. I краткое. К, L, M, N, O, P. Отлично. One more time. I краткое. К, L, M, N, O, P. Прекрасно. Let's take a closer look. False friend alert. This is not a backwards capital N. This is the letter E, which you can tell if you think about the English alphabetical order. You can see there's a really clear correspondence here. Here also you can easily see when you have the letters in order that this is an N. It's not a capital H. Another false friend. Here we have an L. I like to recommend that beginners memorize that this is like the letter D, like a river delta, except the bottom is open and it allows the water to flow out and away. So L, the liquid water flowing out of the bottom. And then also we have this, which is like the Greek letter pi. So let's do these again. Invoke your Russian sounding self. And Джо танк lips. I краткое. Oh, и краткое means short E, by the way. Let's do this again. Джо танк lips. И краткое. К, L, M, N, O, P. Прекрасно. Let's do this line one more time. Джо танк lips. И краткое. К, L, M, N, O, P. Прекрасно. The next line goes like this. RST, UFH. What? Okay, it looks a little bit like the English alphabet, but not really. Let's do it one more time. Джо танк lips. RST, UFH. Let's take a closer look. We have a false friend. This is not a P, it's an R. So Россия and Русский, they all begin with this letter R. The next letter is a little bit of a false friend, but not really, because we have celery, right? Like celery, C, can sound like K or S. Cat, celery. So it only sounds like S here in the Russian alphabet. And then we have U. U is totally false. We have nothing related to U with a Y. So this is just U. And then we have H, which is like Bach, if you say Bach that way. Or I believe the Scots have the Loch. I've seen this comparison a lot, although I'm not a native Scottish speaker, so I can't promise that I pronounced it correctly. There's Bach looking askance at Nessie, but also perhaps at my pronunciation of Loch. Anyway, let's do this line again. Imagine you're Russian, sounding Russian, and Джо танк lips. RST. UFH. This next line has 4 very fun letters in it. The first one is Ц, like in Tsar, but spelled Tsar. Tsar is the Russian pronunciation. but this is ц. And then we have че, which looks like an upside down chair, extremely convenient. So these two letters again, джо, танк, липс, ц, че. And then we have ша, ща. So these two letters both make an SH sound. The only difference is that the first one has the tongue pulled way back. There's a sort of dark quality, at least in my mind. Sh, that's sha. And then the next one with the tail, it has the tongue very high and forward, much more high and forward than I would ever do in English. Sha. Now, this last line the last letter used to be transcribed and pronounced even sh. That's an older pronunciation. It's not in modern Russian anymore. So even though we're all very attached to fresh cheese and fresh sheets, the way we used to have those corresponding cheat sheets in Russian, it's not really appropriate anymore. It's just sha, sha. Those are the two letters. And in my cheat sheet that I made for you at the end of this video, I use the two words show and sheer. The SHs in English between these two words don't sound very different, but at least the vowel O, I'm trying to remind you that it's like a show, like a deeper sound, and sheer is more of a shallow sound. That was the best thing I could do. So anyway, let's do this line again. Imagine you're sounding Russian, your Russian sounding self. Джо, танк, липс, ц, че, ша, ща. One more time. Here we go. Ц, че, ша, ща. Отлично. And now we come to the last line. This first symbol is the hard sign. So just say hard sign for now. The next letter is the mysterious Russian vowel U, which I have many videos on YouTube and also in my Russian sounds library, which is a part of my pronunciation course. But for now, just do your best. U. And then we have the soft sign. So let's practice those. Hard sign, U, soft sign. Now you. One more time. Hard sign, U, soft sign. You, ya. Were those last three a relief after everything else? Let's do the last three again. Джо, танк, липс. You, я. Прекрасно, отлично. Congratulations, we made it all the way through. And now let's do some practice. Here we go. Джо, танк, липс. А, Б, В. Г, Д, Е. Ё, Ж, З. И краткое. К, Л. М, Н. О, П. Р, С, Т. У, Ф, Х. Ц, Ч. Ш, Щ. Hard sign, soft sign. You, я. Прекрасно. Отлично. So now let's work up to the Leetle quiz. Did you think I was going to quiz you right now? That would be harsh. I could, but нет. I'm going to practice with you first. So first we'll practice together, and then I'll let you go first, and then you can hear me repeat after you, and that'll be an excellent way to check your knowledge and practice and hear me repeating after you, so that you can see how close your pronunciation is. All right, here we go together. It's okay if you mess up. Okay? Okay. A, B, V, G, D, Е, Ё, Ж, З. Let's let your brain catch up. Okay, next line. И краткое, К, Л, М, Н, О, П. Р, С, Т, У, Ф, Х, C, Ч, Ш, Щ. Hard sign. Y, soft sign. U, Ya. It's perfectly fine if you make a mistake. Did you notice I said perfectly with 2 L's? I think I said that. It's okay. If you need to come back and review the alphabet before you take your quiz, then it's totally fine. We're moving on. Okay, now it's your time to go first. Here we go. Channel your Russian-sounding self. Джо танк липс. А. Б. В, Г, Д, Е, Ю, Ж, З, И краткое К, Л, М, Н, О, П, Р, С, Т, У, Ф, Х, Ц, Ч, Ш, Щ. Hard sign. Y. Soft sign. U. Yeah. Отлично. All right, if you're not on your phone, take out your phone. Here we go. Recording yourself. Good luck. Джо танк липс. А. Б. В. Г. Д. Е. Ю. Ж. З. И краткое. К. Л. М. Н. О. П. Р. С. Т. У. Ф. Х. Ц. Ч. Ш. Щ. Hard sign. Y. Soft sign. U. Я. Прекрасно! So proud of you! Отлично! Even if you didn't remember everything, it's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. Okay, отлично! Here is a cheat sheet that I made for you in case you'd like to start sounding out Russian words. You can take a screenshot. And if you enjoyed this, then come and find my other resources. I have, as I said, that Russian alphabet secrets video that's floating around. I have the Russian video course, which I'm so excited about. The Russian online video course, Russian Pronunciation with Kira. And I have a website. And guess what it's called? RussianPronunciationWithKira.com. So there's a theme. So, but it should help you, honestly, it should help you not only with your pronunciation, which a lot of people sort of feel like that's an extra thing that's not a core part of the language. But if you think about it, spoken language is made of sound, and it can really help you not only feel confident, but also it can help your ear become more used to listening to decode Russian speech, and also I think it will serve to accelerate your study of Russian, honestly. So there's that. I'm on Patreon. I have some Vimeo resources. I have a YouTube channel if you haven't already found it. So come find me and we'll have some more fun. Отлично. Okay, take care, everybody. Счастливо!